to the records of the previous kings, and
a-
there is evidence for that as well.
We see that today.
In fact, they
That's
had
a sweeping
evidence of
statement.
slip.
We see that
No, it's not a
today.
sweeping statement.
That's a sweeping statement to say that the
Yeah.
next
Governments
king,
do that today.
the next king will alter it.
No, I said there's evidence for it.
There's evidence to say that one pharaoh did this.
And why can't it happen if it happened once?
Because we have, I'm not saying it can't happen, but we have the evidence of one pharaoh doing it.
But my point
It's not-
exactly, if you can have it altered once, why can't you have it altered more than once?
Kalam,
You
let's
see
be
what I
honest.
mean?
Either
Where
of
is-
you have
where
evidence,
is
either
this
or.
evidence cannot be relied upon because there's evidence, like you said, once.
That's like
once it's altered.
that's like saying the Quran can be altered once.
Bring the
I
evidence
can, I can do it. I can write the Quran now and
That's not
alter
the
it.
Quran.
Hold on. I can write the Quran now and alter one little word there and say,
and
look,
you have
because
millions of people-
Kalam altered the
Kalam,
Quran once
next son,
means
Kalam,
it can be
Kalam.
altered
That was the
all
only
the time.
copy
The
made.
logic is a fallacious
If that,
argument.
if that, no, I'll tell you why
fallacious
it's not
argument.
fallacious.
No,
If that was the
Quran.
only
Bring it
evidence,
on.
if that was the only evidence, yes.
Wait. With the Quran, the reason that would work is you would have over 50 million plus correcting you straight away.
Yes. Children
You couldn't.
You have
Little kids
you
will
have
correct you.
you have hundreds
Yes.
of artifacts in ancient Egypt refuting the fact
No, but
that
have
this
you got
was
anyone
a
memorized it?
constant
But have
process.
you got anyone who's
it doesn't,
memorized?
It doesn't need to be
It does,
memorized.
because the Quran has a double.
It doesn't need to be
It's got a
memorized.
double method of preserving it. One is oral, the other is written. So if anyone like you tries to manipulate the actual text of the Quran, you'll have children as young as 6 years old saying, "Look, Kalam made a mistake there."
Off by heart.
So we have a double way of a double mode of preservation, the oral and the written. Unlike the ancient Egyptians, if you change the hieroglyphics, that is the only evidence, and like you already confirmed that it's been done once. I'm saying, why can't, if it's done once, why can't it be
The
done
whole
more than once?
argument against the Quran with proof 4,000 years ago.
But anyway, this
Futile.
argument is not even about the Quran and
The Pharaoh and the
your
king.
contention.
That's what the conversation was about.
No, Kalam,
It's now
hold
gone
on.
everywhere else.
No, hold on. You said that cannot be right because there was no one called Pharaoh during the time of Moses.
Correct.
This is based on what evidence?
Based upon evidence that you can find written in stone, and based upon archaeology, based upon recordation, that the term pharaoh only came into existence during a particular dynasty in ancient Egypt,
which is
and
how
this
long
was
ago?
in 1200
With the Greek.
BCE. This is when it came in.
And what is the evidence? Sorry, what is how can you verify that evidence?
How we can verify
Let me
this
finish the
is
question.
because we have I'm going to answer it. We have different kings lists that shows you what the names of the pharaohs are called.
How do you know that
Throughout
it's
history.
that can be verified?
And then we can find
On what
it within
basis you
literature
verify
as
that?
well. What do you mean? What basis?
How do you know that it's not wrong? Very funny. I'm asking you a simple question. How do you know that is not?
Because we
something
have
that-
very
we
good
have-
records
we have
though,
corroborative
Hashim.
Yeah, but how do you know
Evidence.
those records are something which is
Because
true?
they kept everything quite true. Even,
like
the,
it-
even the design of the pyramids
I'll tell you
quite
what,
true.
I will
isn't it?
write something which is incorrect now.
Yeah.
Are you telling me 12,000 years from today, this incorrect thing can be verified as true?
Okay, let's.
You see the logic?
I give you the logic.
Go on.
I mean,
no, give me the logic of that.
I give you the logic of you. I
No,
mean,
give me the logic of what I just said.
of what you said.
Yes.
I would say that personally, yeah. If you look at the pyramids, how they've been built accurately,
That wasn't my question, bro.
it doesn't
Did you
matter.
hear what I said?
But I
said
know.
if I
I know.
write something incorrect now, and 12,000 years from today,
Is-
wait, just
is-
because I wrote it now,
Was the
will they
pyramid?
actually say what Hashim wrote 12,000 years ago?
Is the
was an
construction
absolute
is the
accurate
construction
record?
of the pyramid incorrect?
You know,
Is it incorrect?
So
why would the
silence of what I said?
No. What speaks
Tell him not to
volumes?
search logic, yes?
What speaks
You
volumes is the
understood logic.
pyramid.
Maybe he doesn't want to address it, but you understood.
No.
I'm using your same
Of course.
logic.
No, you're not in
saying-
logic.
You're saying how can
That's
the
not
Quran
logic.
be verified? I'm asking how can this ancient?
We're looking at the
Egyptian writing be
consistency of their culture.
verified?
They recorded
That's
and
my
made
question.
things
That's my
correctly.
question.
Simple.
The question is, you lot state that the word king is used during the time of Joseph, but during the time of Moses, the term pharaoh is being used.
And you lot
make
say
the
it
distinction.
wasn't.
No, and you lot
So
make
you
the-
lot have to verify what you say
Okay.
based on those
And you lot, let
records
me
being
finish.
accurate.
Let me finish. And you don't make the distinction to say, look, the Quran knew that during the time of Joseph, it was called Malik, but during the time of Pharaoh, it was during the time of Moses, it was called Pharaoh. And we have to now look into history and be like, hold on. All right, I like the claim. The claim is nice. It's a sweet claim. You can see that there's a difference being made. But now let's go into history and let's see. Is the term Malik ever used in ancient Egypt?
Again,
We can look. We're like, no,
Kalam,
this is
the
a
same
Semitic
logic
word.
applies.
No, it doesn't exist. Okay, that's number one. So we know that nowhere in ancient Egypt they were used the term
same
Malik.
logic still
Hold
applies.
on, let me finish. That's number one. Then you have the word Pharaon, which is another word, which is an Arabic word, which is not in ancient Egypt. But let's just say we use the word Pharaoh or Para'a, which is an ancient Egyptian word.
And when was that used?
That only came into existence to be referred to as a pharaoh, to a ruler in ancient Egypt, 1200 BCE. Moses, you tell me when. When did Moses exist? That's number one. And were the person who was a ruler during the time of Moses called a pharaoh? It's impossible.
1200 BC, 1200 before Christ. It's not wrong. Moses could have existed.
But everybody claims that Moses existed during 1400 BCE. From the Jews, that's what they claim. From the Muslims now, that's what I'm asking you, because Muslims don't know. Muslims don't know.
I told you.
Because the Quran doesn't tell them. So I'm now asking you, when did Moses exist? And if he existed in that time, what were the rulers called?
You know, you're basing what you're saying based on the evidence found in the ancient Egyptians. Now, my question to you is, how do you know that it can be verified? On what basis?
We can verify. For example, if the term Nesut Biti is used in ancient Egypt, let's find other places in ancient Egypt, other evidence recordation.
You did not understand the question. The question is, how do you know that the pharaoh wasn't used as a title in 1200 or 1400 BC whenever Moses existed? Because absence of evidence is not necessarily the evidence. Do you agree with that principle?
I agree with the principle.
Okay, so just because you do not have any, any artifacts or any record of ancient Egyptians calling, during the time of Moses, calling them their rulers as Pharaoh or Para, as you said. And I've told you already. Hold on.
Should I show you how?
No, let me finish.
Okay, go on.
I've told you already that if you want to refute the article on islamic-awareness.org, yes, then maybe you should do it, because I don't have a background in this particular aspect of what the Pharaoh was called, what the ruler was called in Egypt. But the people who do know, they have written about it. So why don't you refute that article, and then we can discuss how
So
about that.
I would have to refute the article and then do what?
No, you don't have to. I'm saying if you're seeking the evidence of what Muslims use in order to identify who the ruler, or rather what term was used for the ruler during the time of Moses, then you speak to the people who have written about it, because like I said, it's not my background.
So
it's not something.
have you read the text? Have you read it?
I've read it. I think it was quite a while back.
Okay.
And the name Para, which was used for the Pharaoh, I think, that does ring a bell.
Yes.
So it was quite a while back. But if you want, look, they have given their references. So maybe you should go and check it out and then refute it, saying no, you guys are wrong. Because you see, we're open to discussion. Yes. But for just saying that, just because you don't have any evidence of anyone calling the ruler during the time of Moses, Pharaoh or Para, or whatever they used to call that term, that is not evidence itself.
Okay.
In absence of
All right.
evidence.
Let's show you something. In ancient Egypt, there was something called naming. A naming system of pharaohs. Pharaohs had 5 different titles or names, okay? And on every single one of their artifacts or temples or tombs or whatever there is, they will have all their names and all their titles. And the term Para'a, as used as a title, never existed during Ramesses period, 18th dynasty, 19th dynasty, and before. It never existed at all. It only came in much later on in time.
On that article. Like I said, I don't know.
Okay.
And I'll be fair.
That,
I will be fair with you saying that
that
I don't know. If I don't know, I'm going to say I don't know.